Hey guys, Rascal here, and today I am reviewing one of the newer Cartoon Network movies, Ben 10 versus the Universe, the movie. And it's anything but a movie. I mean, no, seriously, this isn't a movie. I mean, I know it says on the promo and the title and the on the thing itself it says movie, but we watched it and wasn't really a movie. It didn't even feel like a movie the entire time. I know we're kind of going straight into, okay, what's wrong with this film, but that's seriously what's wrong with this. Now, you've seen my review of the Ben 10 reboot already, and you can clearly tell that I'm just not a big fan of it. Clearly. And I don't think it does a good job of recapturing the sci-fi action and epicness of the original show. And here's the thing with the movie. We originally thought that the movie was gonna be like a chance for the show to redeem itself. Like it tells like a really big like a really big epic thing that blows out of the water from what the reboot did. Like the reboot sucks but the movie's good. Kind of like Teen Titans Go, where their show is just painful, but the movies are actually fun, and that's why I kind of thought they were going for in this movie. Well, first thing is already wrong with it is that there's no intro. Like, you know how movies have these big cinematic intros because they're doing a TV movie. It's time to do an epic opening, like with Steven Universe or the Kids Next Door movie or the Powerpuff Girls movie. No, they don't do that at all. In fact, they keep exactly the same intro, but with different images. Like you see, they have the watch coming down from space. You see like a brief shot of every alien he has so far. Well, currently, because they keep changing them out. And you see them in the rust bucket with Kevin, and then bam, that's your intro. So that was already the first sign that the movie's not going to be good. Okay, but what do you want to know what this movie's about? Well, according to the official synopsis, it says, a blast from Ben's past returns to do double the damage on Team Tennyson and planet Earth itself, forcing men to go interstellar to save the day. Now, hearing this title and the description, it kind of sounds like Ben's going on a little bit of a space adventure, like he's traveling to different planets. And yes and no. Honestly, the movie feels more like they rehashed the secret of the Omintrix movie and just took out any sort of plot whatsoever and just gave you the bare basics. And I say that because the movie is like 90 minutes, possibly. I believe it's 90 minutes because it seems longer on TV because of the advertisements. Oh, I'm sorry. It's actually an hour and 12 minutes, but they probably put a bunch of ads to make it look like it was longer. So basically what happens in here is that a meteor is crashing to Earth, and Ben decides he wants to. Well, I'm sorry, he doesn't decide to go. Their friend Phil, who I can't tell is a plumber in here or not because they haven't done a reveal yet. I guess they're gonna save that to the end of the series because the plumbers have not been in the show whatsoever. So I'm assuming that Phil is secretly a plumber because Max was too, and they're gonna do a big reveal for some reason. Anyway, meteor is supposed to be coming to Earth, and if it crashes into the Earth, it's gonna destroy the whole planet and life as we know it. So he ends up having to send Ben up there to destroy the meteor in a way that won't cause it to explode or scare into pieces that will end up destroying the planet anyway. And Ben kind of fails at that. Like, seriously, he fails totally. He goes into space, and then he's sent through a wormhole somehow, and then the asteroid crashes into Earth, but doesn't blow up the place. In fact, it turns out to be Vilgax in a kind of sort of space pod. He's looking for the Omnitrix for the 10 billionth time, because this is the only thing Vilgax does anymore. I mean, granted, that is what he did in the original series. He won the Omnitrix, but I don't know. It seems like this is a one-trick pony. At least has some other plans stocked up with him along with getting the Omnitrix. But, maybe I'm looking too into it because I don't watch the show that much. So in here, Ben's lost in space, and then he gets taken by these alien frog people who are basically a rehash of the of the mob frogs from the Ben 10 Omniverse series. And yes, the guy that was pretty much like the godfather of the frog people, he's now a Supreme Court judge of justice. So he went from being a bad guy to a good guy. Much like the reversal of Tetrax going from good guy to bad guy. I don't know what the heck is with them switching all the aliens around, but hey. Okay, so without going through the entire film, Ben's watch is messing up, and then also another plot is that they think that Ben is Vilgax in a human form. I don't know how, because he would never look like that as a human, but I digress. So he's being held against his will. They think he's a criminal. Tetrax lies on him and says that it's Vilgax, because once again, he's a bad guy in here. Vilgax is on Earth looking for Ben. He's going to destroy the planet. But then when he doesn't find Ben, he ends up finding Kevin. They end up getting Kevin in here because Kevin's in here like every single freaking episode for some reason. And his Negatrix, is it Negatrix or Antitrix? One or the other. Basically it's a negative version of the Omintrix. His watch is freaking out for some reason. He can't help transforming. He's just going haywire with it. I guess this happened somewhere in the series and I didn't see it because I don't watch this show. So they find him and they're really on this arc where Kevin needs to be good. Like the entire time, every episode, he's either an anti-hero, hero, villain. It keeps switching. But I guess they're going to finally cementify that he's a good guy because he ends up having to fight Vilgax. Because it turns out Vilgax is the one that created this watch that gave him the plans, because according to this movie's new lore, Vilgax was pretty much the co-creator of the Omnitrix. Which, to be fair, was actually an interesting move for the show to do. It hadn't been done before. Unfortunately, it does nothing with it. Because when they get to this part of the film, and Ben is in the null void, which is in black and white for some reason, some of the aliens that Ben doesn't have anymore, or as from the reboot, are now, for some reason, bad guy villains on their own. And they want the watch to become whole. And then we meet Azimuth, who is just a hermit now. I kid you not. They even give his backstory in here in a rather rushed fashion. And Azimuth, well, we know Azimuth was kind of a jerk in the first movie, in the Secret of the Omnitrix movie. But when he saw Ben could do good with the watch, he let him keep it. Here, he's got to go through trials. I think he's got to go through some trials to prove he's worthy. First, he doesn't even want him to have it because he's a backwards human, and for some reason, he really hates humans. A lot of aliens in this show seem to really despise Earth and humans for some reason. It's really jarring because not all the aliens hated humans originally, but who knows. Azimuth and Vilgax actually used to work together, and they helped create the Omnitrix. That actually had an interesting new backstory that could have gone somewhere. But unfortunately, it goes downhill really fast when they immediately go into the fact that Vilgax created it because he wanted power. Kind of like with Zarkon wanting the lions for himself before he turned completely evil. And then when he didn't get what he wanted, I think he blew up the planet because they were fighting for power. It wasn't really that clear, and I think that's why Azimuth is a hermit now. He felt guilty about it. But here's the thing. Azimuth didn't act this bad. I mean, yeah, he was arrogant. Before he knew Ben, he really thought the world revolved around him. He was the greatest intelligent being in the universe. He could fix anything. He could do anything. But now he's sort of just self-loathing in the null void like a hermit dressed like Yoda. And perhaps maybe I'm being a little harsh on it because I don't watch the show and I don't like it. And it's also the people who do like the show found a reason for this to be and why they changed it from the original so much. But seeing this was just weird. Then Ben has to go through a trial where he has to, I don't know, beat the clock or something. But I can't tell because the numbers are in an alien language. And it's supposed to teach him to learn how to be in control of the watch, where he doesn't just hit it and it gives him a random alien he doesn't want. He's supposed to be in control of it. Which, again, sounds like it could go somewhere, but it doesn't because he fails. But then he doesn't. I kid you not. That's literally how this movie works. One thing happens with the other. And this thing escalates into just this huge battle with Vilgax after going back and forth between Vilgax fighting Kevin and Ben trying to figure out how to use the watch and pass the test. And the movie from there just keeps escalating to this big battle where Vilgax becomes Alien X or something. And as for the aliens themselves, they appear a few times, but he doesn't really turn into the aliens that much in this movie, surprisingly. And that's something they used to do in live action movies where Ben would stay live action most of the time because they could only afford 3 aliens to be CGI'd, and then they wouldn't be on screen that long. And here, I don't know what's their excuse. The whole thing is animated. Oh, okay. So yeah, basically the movie does like everything wrong. Pretty much like everything. The one almost redeeming quality is that Phil Guys being the co-creator of The Watch was actually something interesting to add in, but they did nothing with it. It just pretty much goes into, okay, he wants it now because he wants power, which is just like the original. Now, I have said that this is pretty much a rehash of The Secret of the Omintrix movie, except no plot, no really much continuity within it, and really much no care put into it. They just kind of took the major parts of it, and you can tell that they really took the other movie and just highlighted the bits of it. You have Ben going to space. You haven't finding out what the Omnitrix truly does and his purpose. You even have the scene where Gwen's worried for Ben, thinking that he's gone for good, which is parallels exactly what happened with Ben, thinking Gwen was gone. Unfortunately, this doesn't hit you with the emotions or the feels as much because you barely know these characters or because of how they act. But if you really want my honest opinion of the Ben 10 movie, just watch Secret of the Omnitrix. Just watch that. You will enjoy that immensely more. Even if you don't really care for Ben 10, the original or the remake, the movie did an amazing job. The original movie was phenomenal. It was amazing. It was fun. Tetrax wasn't evil because for some reason he's really evil in here. And the movie, all this does is rehash most of the Secret of the Omnitrix movie and repurposes it into a whole new movie. It doesn't even feel like a movie because they don't give you any build-up. It doesn't feel like the pacing. They didn't do anything extravagant that will make you feel like it was a movie. It just feels like an extended episode of extended version of a regular episode. So yeah, I don't recommend Ben 10 versus the Universe. If you do watch it, good luck. Maybe you'll find some enjoyment out of it. Or you're like, that's pretty silly. Because they pretty much tell you in this movie that they're going to reboot this show again. I kid you not, it's going to get rebooted again. I don't know what you can possibly do to it you haven't done already, but hey, good luck to you. So, if you guys seen the Ben 10 vs. the Universe movie, let me know what you thought in the comments below. Did you actually think it was pretty good or decent for the reboot and you found some good parts of it because you've probably seen more of the show than I have? Or do you not care for it like me and prefer just the Secret of the Omnitrix movie? Let me know in the comments below, and I look forward to your answers. I'll see you guys next time. Later.